hours. Bunch of trades got made today. I'm probably going to make a video about those later. But Mariners were kind of active, but not really today. And when I say that they were active but not really, they made a move that you would expect them to make. Luke Raley has been placed on the 10-day IL retroactive to the 27th with back spasms, and Tyler Locklear has been recalled from AAA to coma, meaning that we are still hoping to make something from the current 26-man roster happen between now and tomorrow's 4 p.m. trade deadline. What that is, I don't know. Dylan Moore has plus defense, plus base running with I think something like a negative 36 WRC plus since May 27th. So there's hope that they can get something for him, but we don't know what's going on with that. Tyler Locklear comes up. He will back up Josh Naylor at first base, and I believe he also has the ability to play third base, and of course he can DH. So I don't know. Mariners might have him DH today with Josh Naylor at first. I do not see Donovan Solano being on the 26-man or 40-man at the end of tomorrow because the Mariners are very likely to make some moves that require him to be taken off the roster. Dylan Moore, Donovan Solano are two players on the 26-man who I don't see making it past tomorrow. Logan Evans, I assume, will end up being optioned back down to AAA at some point in the next couple of weeks, with Hancock coming back up, or them trying to make some other changes, possibly even trading for a starter. But overall, right now, with what the Mariners have, it is pitching is what we need to talk about over the next 26 hours. We need 2 to 3 leverage arms, middle to high leverage arms, and for the bullpen, and I would not mind trading for a starter and just keeping Bryce Miller on the shelf for the rest of the year and seeing if he needs surgery. The idea that Bryce Miller might need surgery stinks, but right now we have 4 solid starters in Logan Bryan, Luis, and Luis. Logan Evans is not great, and then our 4th starter in George Kirby has been shaky a little bit, but he's solid. He is solid, which is absolutely wonderful to see that he's been solid after the bull buildup that we unfortunately weren't able to give him with the injury during spring training. Injuries to pitchers during spring training have the same effect that holding out and not signing a free agent contract in the actual time that spring training is always going to be a major problem for any pitcher. It's very frustrating to see how they build up, but what happens is you see them have like those bad starts, and unfortunately the team can't really do much to go around it because the team has to build them up. And yeah, you can do rehab starts, but pitchers rehab the same way, differently than a position player. A position player is down there for 20 days, and they play 18 to 20 games. A pitcher's down there for 30 days, and they play 6. They do 6. They do their whole routine. They do bullpens. They got 6 games. And those 6 games may not be enough to actually build up into an actual competitive throwing program. So I would love to see a 5th Major League starter added to the Mariners roster right now, because Logan Evans and Emerson Hancock are not solid Major League starters. There's a reason why both of them have been up and down between AAA and the majors this year. I do think Logan Evans has upside. and will be on the Mariners potentially next year or the year after. He has 3 option years total, and this is one of them. And thankfully the first one, he made his Major League debut this year. Hancock, unfortunately, is out of options. Hello. And with Hancock being out of options and just not having what it takes to make it into the Major League roster on a consistent basis, I think he is a strong contender to not make the roster next year and potentially be traded. The problem is I don't know what the return you get for him is. It's not going to be a high impact bat. It might be a couple of like low level prospects. Like really Iris, that's a cool name. Like really low level prospects. I'm seeing some people say that they want multiple top 5 organizational prospects over in Arizona for Suarez. And I don't like that. I really don't like that. Hello. At least in terms of the Mariners trying to get that. The Mariners sent Suarez along with Paul Sewald to Arizona back in 2023, and we got Ryan Bliss, Dom Canzone, and one other player from that trade. And it was a salary dump back then, and it looked like Gino was falling off a cliff when he left Seattle. He was struggling at T-Mobile. It was bad. He could hit home runs, but he struck out a lot. He's actually got the 7th or 8th most strikeouts in Major League history right now, which is astonishing. But he's been in the league for 13 years, so obviously strikeouts happen over your career. But, you know, the Mariners did want to reduce strikeouts back in 2024 and failed miserably at that by having the worst strikeout season of all time. We were the first team ever last year to have over 1,000 strikeouts at the All-Star break, which is just like, what? Thank you for the subscription. BFB_X. Thank you for the subscription on YouTube. That's awesome. But yeah, I am worried that the Mariners aren't going to be able to get everything they want at the price they want, because we have 8 top 100 prospects. And the thing is, do you want to give up 8 top 100 prospects for a chance to win now, when your realistic shot is wild card 2? Maybe wild card 3, maybe wild card 2. We're like 5.5 games back of the division. It's not great. It's not great what's going on with the Mariners in terms of just the ability to like actually figure out what we can give up and what we can keep. Harry Ford probably is gone. I would say Harry Ford's probably gone. I'm not too attached to Harry Ford simply because Harry Ford is an organizational prospect that I've just been like, we have Cal. Cal's locked up for 6 more years. We'll need to develop another catcher. I would say probably draft a catcher 2 to 3 years from now so that Cal, towards the end of his career, he can go and be like the everyday DH. Very rarely have we had an everyday DH as Mariners. In fact, the last... I think you should donate $100 to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I don't know if you know this, but Boogie2988, after he faked cancer, made a donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital, and then didn't realize that he checked recurring donation, and then tried to get his $1,000 back the second month, and actually went to St. Jude's Hospital, and yeah, it was a whole thing. I don't like that. I don't like that those are words, but yeah, Boogie faked cancer. If you ever looked at the Boogie documentary, you'll notice he never actually says he has polycythemia vera in it, which is astonishing. He says he has high blood pressure. Well, that's unfortunate. I hope you can get medical care for that. Well, they'll accept St. Jude's will accept the donation from anybody. In fact, actually, Keemstar made Boogie make the original donation because it was a punishment for faking cancer. Which, like, you know, I think, like, faking... He should have been fired, but he didn't get fired. But he did get fired. It was a whole thing. The fake cancer arc was about a year ago. Yeah, I've heard that that's really good. I've heard Preparation H is really good for those types of issues. But yeah, I'm genuinely worried about how much the Mariners are going to have to give up for this trade deadline stuff. Tomorrow, probably around 4:30, I'm going to go live until the end of the trade deadline so that we can talk about everything because, well, actually, what time am I going to get? I'm probably going to get up around noon tomorrow because the freaking game's at 10:05. 10:05 tonight. That's the whole thing. It's a late ass game. And it's 97 degrees outside right now, so there's not much I can do. Anyway, guys, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in as I now have to go and take care of some other business. I just wanted to hop on here and talk about what's going on with the Mariners, with Tyler Locklear being called up, and with what's it called with Luke Raley going on to the injured list. Talk to you soon.